So, just tried to make this video and it didn't record, so doing it again. If you don't know who I am, my name is Shook. I make videos for NBA. I also do a bunch of other stuff. All these videos they get posted on the subreddit DF Sports right here. You can find my post. My username is Shook. Just a place where you can ask me questions about the slate and stuff like that. So link to that will be down below. And then if you ever need to get a hold of me privately, you can do so on Twitter right here at Tory Langley 1992 or Shookgo on Twitter. Let's go over my lineups from the past few days. Did okay in MLB. I did not cash on the NBA main slate from the other night. Just snowflakes all around. Just unfortunate. So not much to look at there. Call of Duty went very, very well. I did content for it in my Discord. Really great days for everyone. So if you play esports, feel free to ask me questions. But more of that stuff will be in my Discord. Then if you are interested in joining my Discord, a link to that will be down below, where I have private videos, in-depth content, stuff like that. I give you a core of players to play for GPPs and cash. I also do other sports. So, check that out. That'll be down below. And let's get into this slate. So I'm going to make this super quick. Let's look at the rotation first from, that's not the right one. Let's look at the rotation from the last game. Boston ran a 7-man, Sixers ran an 8-man, but basically, Paul Reed, Daniel House didn't really play. So basically ran a 7 to 6-man. So game 7 here, you're going to see rotations just stay the same or tighten. I don't think Embiid can play 44 plus minutes. He's just not conditioned like that. So I still think we'll see like 5 to 10 minutes of Paul Reed, but something to keep an eye on. And the lineup change with Robert Williams moving into the starting lineup over Derek White. So we're just going to go. Excuse me, I still have a sore throat. Let me just cough real quick. I apologize about that, guys. But yeah, let's just go. I guess we'll just go down the list. Screw team by team. We'll just go down the list. So I think Joel Embiid looks phenomenal. I'm probably going to play Embiid. I think I want one of Tatum or Brown as well. I don't think I'll be fading both. He's going to play huge minutes here. It's must win. I know they aren't at home. They're dogs, but I think he looks great. I have a hard time not seeing him optimal on this slate, at least in the captain or the utility spots. So I'm probably going to go out of my way to definitely get Joel Embiid in my lineup tomorrow. So I think Joel Embiid looks great. Like I said, between Tatum and Jaylen Brown, I think I definitely want to get at least one of them in my lineup. You can definitely play both together, but obviously it's a must-win. They're at home, Game 7. I expect 44 plus minutes from both in this spot. I think both also look great. Jaylen Brown 9-2 on a showdown slate is a bit too cheap. Jason Tatum, I prefer Embiid to Tatum now that they're so similar in price, but I think both look great. Like I said, James Harden is kind of in this weird price range where I don't think anyone's going to play him. So I like Harden as a tournament pivot. He's only $800 less expensive than Tatum, so everyone's going to play Tatum. He's about $1,000 cheaper than Embiid. Everyone's going to play Embiid. You have Jaylen Brown, $1,000 cheaper than Harden. So Harden's in this price range where I think a lot of people are just going to ignore him. So for that reason alone, I do like Harden as a tournament play. He's going to stuff the stat sheet. I expect him to come out aggressive here. Sign me up for some low-owned Harden. Like I said, I think Brown looks great. I think Tatum looks great. Same thing I said about James Harden is the same thing I'm going to say about Tyrese Maxey. Another player that's on this like island of price tags. Where we haven't seen him been in, and the floor is low with Maxey, but I expect him Maxey's very, very conditioned. I expect 44 plus minutes from him in a Game 7. If Doc Rivers does not play Tyrese Maxey 44 plus minutes tomorrow, I fear he is a bad coach because Tyrese Maxey should not be coming off the court in the second half. So he's only like $500 cheaper than Jaylen Brown. So he's going to be low-owned. You have Marcus Smart for over $1,000 cheaper as well. So Tyrese Maxey, kind of like James Harden, to find tournament play. Marcus Smart, I think, looks really good at 7-8. The sole reason being is he's going to play all of the minutes he can handle. Boston ran a 7-man. They basically X White out of the rotation. He's just going to play all the guard minutes. He has to. They need him out there for as long as he can handle. He's going to stuff the stat sheet. Probably shoot the ball 10 plus times as well. So you get a nice floor and a ceiling combo here with Marcus Smart. I know the price is up. I hope that keeps his ownership down. But for the minutes he is going to play, I still think he's a bit too cheap. So I do like Smart quite a bit. I think Tobias Harris is fine. I'd rather play Marcus Smart. A safe play. Price seems, a little pricey, like about right to a little pricey. So we'll see. I like other guys in that range. Like I said, I like Smart more, I like Maxey more. I'd rather get up to these guys. So Tobias Harris just there for me. Point per dollar, I might prefer Tobias Harris to Tyrese Maxey. I obviously prefer Tyrese Maxey straight up to Tobias Harris. And then Al Horford, his production does take a little bit of a hit with Robert Williams in the starting lineup, but still did play close to 40 minutes. I think he's a very, very safe option. Good cash game play. Fine with him in cash. Fine with him in tournaments too. I think he's a solid play. And then Malcolm Brogdon still played 30 minutes. Now, you had Derek White play 11 minutes. If I knew Malcolm Brogdon was going to play 30 minutes again, I'd probably play him at 6-6. Is there a world where he plays really, really, really badly and they go to Derek White over him? Absolutely, that could happen. So I think there still is a little bit of risk with Malcolm Brogdon. They could go to Derek White over him if he's struggling. But I think Brogdon looks also like a pretty good play if he's going to play 30 minutes. And then Robert Williams, 6K. Clearly over a fantasy point per minute guy. If you give him 30 minutes again, I'm probably playing him at 6K. So I really like Robert Williams. I like all the Boston guys mainly. Derek White got cooked, so just a tournament only play for me. Like I said, I think there are outcomes of where he could play a bit more minutes to where, if Malcolm Brogdon's really, really struggling, or if Derek White's playing really, really well, they could go to more Derek White. So just a tournament play for that reason. I believe he'll probably be very, very low owned. He's probably going to kill you more often than not, but a good tournament play because I don't think a lot of people are going to play him. So I definitely do have interest in White for tournaments. DeAnthony Melton. So he probably plays mid-20s minutes off the bench. He's been horrific, but he does have block steal upside. When he's hitting his shots, he can go for 30 plus, so I still have interest in Melton. I think, we probably get around the same rotation, so mid-20s minutes for him. Usually he's an okay point per minute guy. He's been pretty bad on the Sixers, point per minute wise goes, when everyone's healthy, but I think he's fine. Not someone I'm going to go out of my way to play. Like if you give Derek White 22 minutes and you give Melton 25, I'd much rather play Derek White. But the minutes are just not secure right now with him back on the bench. PJ Tucker probably plays low to mid 20s minutes, another reasonable value for salary relief. I'm perfectly okay with him. And then hard for me to go to House. I think Paul Reed, like I said, I feel better about if you were to pick one of these guys. Because I think, like I said, Joel Embiid's not going to play 44 plus minutes. He could. I wouldn't be shocked. But his conditioning isn't like that. So I think we'll see Paul Reed regardless. I think he's a fine dart just because he's good point per minute. He could definitely get you 8 to 10 fantasy points at this price tag in like 6-7 minutes. So if he does that, you're like over the moon excited. Grant Williams was a DNP last game, so I'm not going there. And then we have Niang. I assume he'll be the most popular of these like punt plays because he's the only one actually getting minutes right now, over 10 minutes of those guys. So really only a guy that stands there, shoots corner threes, shoots threes. Just he doesn't do anything else. So I'm perfectly okay with Niang. Now, is there a chance they go with like a 6-7 man rotation and Niang only plays like 4 minutes? Absolutely. So there is risk, but if he continues to play 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, yeah, I think he'll probably be the one that projects the best outside of House and below. So if you were going to go with anyone House and below, I'd probably go with Niang or Paul Reed, but not exciting plays. And then we'll talk about roster construction. I definitely think you can pump with the 1K guy. So if you want to go like super stars heavy, and you wanted to punt with a 1K guy, hoping, or just taking a 0, just expecting a 0, I think that's completely okay on the slate. And the reason I say that is because the pricing's up. It's not something I'm going to do, but I think it's definitely on the table. Just because pricing, let me take these off. Just because pricing is up, it's hard to fit all of these guys in. So if you wanted to do that, I wouldn't hate you for it, but I would do it with someone that will get blowout run. And those guys that will get blowout run, if you think like Boston really, really beats the Sixers, because you're going to need like a 22 to 25 point lead with 5 minutes to go for the Stars to get pulled into Game 7. So the guys that would get blowout run that I'd take shots on would be Shake Milton at 1.8, Sam Hauser at 1K, and then Luke Cornett at 1K, or Peyton Pritchard at $2,000. So those would be the guys, if you were to take a shot on like 2K and below, that'll get a 0 if the game doesn't blow out, or have a chance of playing if it does. Those would be the guys that take shots on. Pritchard, Shake Milton, Cornett, Sam Hauser. The one I like the most is definitely going to be Peyton Pritchard. Second would be Shake Milton, and then probably Cornett Hauser's a coin flip for me. So you could definitely do that. Go like, completely Boston heavy, hope for a blowout, and just hope they kill the Sixers, and then one of these 1K guys gets run and really helps you out. So I think that's definitely on the table. I'm probably not going to do it, but I think it's viable. Captain, so Embiid, good. Tatum, good. Fine with Harden, captain. Brown, good. Maxey, I think, is, he does have upside to be optimal. I don't see it happening too often, though. It'd still be viable, though. Marcus Smart, good. I don't think I'd go Tobias Harris in the captain. I think Brogdon is captain viable, and then Robert Williams, I like a captain as well for a salary relief play. I wouldn't go to anyone else, though, really, in the captain. So I hope this video helped you guys out, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow.